You can't pass that opportunity up, not at that range.
Northern Quebec is a pretty special place in my mind.
Finally, I got the chance to shoot a whitetail.
I did not think that would work.
And hundreds and hundreds of miles. And I finally came together.
Last week, you joined us on an adventure in northern Quebec as we were hunting caribou with world-renowned outfitter Hume Adventures. After 4 days of travel to get up to the subarctic camp, we spent the first 3 days hiding from the weather.
Trying to hide it out in one of these little blinds, but even if we see something, it's gonna be tough, I think. Really wide, but he's got hockey sticks. Double shovel.
After the weather cleared up, we were finally able to get into the caribou and were lucky to harvest 2 great bulls less than an hour apart.
Yep.
This is the end result, a beautiful caribou.
Super excited. I'd like to thank Richard for the opportunity to come up here. He's got a beautiful camp, beautiful place, and Northern Quebec is a pretty special place in my mind.
This week, we are going to continue the adventure as we hunt hard to try and fill our tags as the caribou migration continues to pick up around us.
We never even made it to our spot yet. We walked over the hill and there is a giant bull standing out there. He's got huge bass on him, big shovel, a little bit weak on top, but huge beams. He flares out. And we haven't even set up yet. So I think we're in for a good morning. We got 2 really good bulls just over the edge, like one giant. We gotta get to the edge of the rocks, poke over, and we should be able to get a shot. Once they disappear over the hill, we're gonna run. I doubt we'll catch them, but we can try. They're going very quick.
So we just came over this ridge and we found at least 2 to 3 bedded bulls. One's about 160 yards away, he's the bigger one. There he is, he's coming right here.
With only 2 days left to hunt and 3 tags left to fill, we were presented with a glorious opportunity to harvest a beautiful bull with archery equipment. The entire situation was picture perfect, and the footage would have been spectacular. As a producer trying to piece together as many episodes as I can throughout the fall, this was a situation that tore me to pieces. As a producer, there was nothing that I wanted more than to see Bo send a PX2 through this bull's vitals. But as a hunter, I understood the rush of emotion that told Bo at that exact moment to hold his finger off the trigger. There was something about this bull at that exact moment in time that just didn't feel right, and as I silently begged for him to take the shot, I also had an immense level of respect for his decision not to. Although I had never hunted with Bo before this trip, I instantly understood his morals and ethics behind his decision, and can honestly say that he is one of the greatest hunters I have ever had the privilege of sharing a camp with.
Fatal Impact is proudly brought to you by Top Grade Construction, PX2 Broadheads, Vortex Optics, and Poacher's Corner. This segment of Fatal Impact is brought to you by Alan Schenk Safaris, South Africa's premier hunting destination. This segment of Fatal Impact is brought to you by LSC Industrial, Alberta Soil, Alberta Oil.
I would shoot him with a bow and arrow.
I don't think you're going to be able to.
No, his shovel's tiny, tiny, tiny.
He has no.
I'd shoot him with a bow and arrow.
Okay, grab your bow.
You grab.
Right now. I wouldn't mind trying to get to that tree. There's a pretty good side wind coming.
You got a tree right in front of him. No. Yeah. That's a good looking bull. They're solid hits. So he should be down. We saw him go down right there. So the other caribou are all still standing there too. Would have liked it with the bow, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Finally the caribou are moving. That's a good time. Thanks. All right. Yeah, he's got good top. Yeah. We've been working hard. We've been busting our butt and getting soaked all the time. And today's day 4. I think it is day 4 of 7, so time's getting low.
You switched to both.
Yeah, out of Jack Hume's Adventures. It's good.
They're everywhere.
They're running around. We've seen a couple hundred caribou today. It's been a busy day.
50, 300.
Yeah.
Getting up there.
They're swimming across the lake. I can see some swimming across right now even. Oh, there he is, Joke. Wow. His velvet is all hard in the front, eh?
He's starting to lose his velvet, see?
Yeah. Well, here we are. We're up with Jack Hume Adventures. It's been a slow 3.5 days. I think today's the 4th day, and it got colder weather. And we all kind of knew last night and this morning with the frost on the ground that things were going to get a little bit better today. And sure enough, Jacques brought us up here, and caribou were all over us. We had caribou within 5-6 meters of us. Lots of bull opportunities on some smaller bulls and then on some really good bulls. So it's been a pretty exciting morning. To have the opportunity to come up here like this and hang out with these caribou is kind of a neat thing in itself. I mean, the scenery is beautiful. The blueberries everywhere. There's water everywhere. You can see caribou on the ridges in the water swimming. It's just been a really good day. And to have this guy is a good opportunity. I'm thankful for it. He's got back scratchers. He's got big, thick tops on him. He's got a single shovel on it. His velvet's all come off on here. He's got good long bays. Started another shovel on this side here. It's been a good day though. We still got 3 more days to go, 2.5 more days to go, and we'll see what happens. Should be some good action.
There used to be a lake, and one night all the Canadian geese, they went down there, it froze, and in the morning they flew with the ice.
And took it with them.
Fatal Impact is proudly brought to you by Matthews Archery, Deluxe Wall Tents, Alan Schenk Safaris, and Top Notch Taxidermy Studio. This segment of Fatal Impact has been brought to you by Vortex, the force of optics. This segment of Fatal Impact is brought to you by PX2 Broadheads, the toughest, most dependable broadhead on the market today.
He's going that way. Going that way. Don't move. Don't move. I know. We gotta get there fast. Yeah. If we get in those trees like we were at this morning, they're gonna come through. We just have to get there before them, otherwise we're gonna run into them. No, they're coming there. They're gone. They were just going this way. I think they're gonna go down. Smoked him. I drilled him. Stay on, dude. Stay on. Yes. Smoked him. He's down right
down.
there. Yes.
Good shot.
Man, I smoked him. And Matthews put that right in there. 50 yards. We had spotted these caribou coming down, and they disappeared on us. We were getting ready to grab our stuff, and they just showed up out of nowhere. We sat down, they come up over the edge, and he walked out. I stopped him at 50 yards, and I sent a PX2 right through his heart. He only ran like probably 60 yards after that. Beautiful caribou. That was the biggest of the three, man. Yeah. We were going in for lunch. We thought it was over. I didn't know exactly where I hit him at first, and then I seen the blood pouring. 50 yards, and he maybe ran another 50. We've seen more big bulls today than we've seen the rest of the trip. Like, we have seen numerous 300+ inch bulls, some absolute gaggers, and we couldn't get on them, and then finally we just put this one down. And he's a really good bull too. There's nothing wrong with that bull. I'm not sure if I've ever seen an arrow so full of blood. Totally red. The PX2 still in perfect shape. Zipped right through him into the sandhill. Not chipped or dented or nothing, so. Whew. There's nothing wrong with that for an archery bull. We're up here in northern Quebec hunting with Jack Hume Adventures, and this is my very first caribou hunt I've ever been on, and I can't tell you how much fun we're having up here. The first 3 days were really rough. We had seen like 2 caribou the first 2 days, or first 3 days, sorry, because the weather was absolutely brutal. But the last 2 days now, we've been absolutely covered up in them. In fact, we just had a cow and a calf walk by us at like 30 yards as we were dragging this one out of the bush here. So there has been caribou everywhere. I bet you we've seen probably close to 1,000 of them in the last 2 days. Maybe not that many, 800 for sure. And they just keep coming. And we've seen more big bulls today than we've ever seen, than I ever imagined we'd ever see. So I'd like to thank Richard for having us out here. It's been an absolutely incredible experience. The guides have been awesome and the camps are beautiful. It's unlike anything I've ever experienced up here, so.
Fatal Impact is proudly brought to you by LSC Industrial, Big Game Illustrated, Primal Big Game Attractant, and Mr. Stitch Embroidery and Industrial Sign and Graphic. This segment of Fatal Impact is brought to you by Deluxe Wall Tents, built in Canada for Canadian conditions. This segment of Fatal Impact has been brought to you by Top Grade Construction in Lloydminster for all of your construction needs.
Our entire trip with Jack Hume Adventures was truly an experience of a lifetime. If you're looking for your next great journey, be sure to check out Jack Hume Adventures. With over 40 serviceable camps in some of the most pristine wilderness of northern Quebec, I can assure you will have the trip of your life. If you're looking for a slightly cheaper alternative with an added sense of adventure, I highly recommend looking into the Drive Up Hunt package, where you will have the opportunity to experience some of the most breathtaking scenery anywhere in North America. I would like to extend a sincere thank you to both Richard and Amanda Hume for allowing us the opportunity to experience the beauty of this region. In fact, they will never know how much this hunt truly meant to us, as less than 2 weeks later, Bo was diagnosed with his 3rd case of leukemia and has been fighting for his life ever since. The memories that were made on this hunt go far beyond the hunt itself, and these 2 weeks spent with Rob, Bo, and Irish will forever leave a lasting impression on my life. Bo and Rob are 2 of the greatest outdoorsmen I've ever met in my life, and their immense respect for wildlife and the habitat they call home is something that makes me proud to call them friends.
It didn't feel right. And every now and then that feeling comes along. And I think out of respect for that animal, and that you shouldn't just kill him for no reason. It should mean something to you. And everybody's different. And now that caribou, he'll live and he'll grow. And I'm hopefully gonna kill a more old bull. I'm looking for an old bull.
Bo himself is also the toughest person I've ever met. Currently battling his 3rd case of leukemia and undergoing experimental treatment in the US, Bo's spirit has never faded. Even during the rough patches, he refuses to quit, and many people know him as being unbreakable. As this episode airs, Bo is currently fighting for his life and is determined to beat cancer once again. And after getting to know him for only a few short weeks, I have no doubt in my mind that he will beat it. And God willing, I truly look forward to many more successful hunts together in the future.
And you always second guess yourself after. Was that a good decision? Should I have shot that? It rolls through your mind, playback over and over. But right at that moment, it wasn't right.
Closed captioning for Fatal Impact is proudly brought to you by Big Game Illustrated.